1945, the Dake brothers bought a small dairy and ice cream business in Ballston Spa just down the road, and this became the first Stewart's ice cream shop.
Yeah, it was called Stewart's. So today, the Saratoga Springs-based Stewart's Shops operates more than 400 stores across New York, Vermont, and New Hampshire. The company is still run by second and third generations of the Dake family, and employees own more than 40% of the company through an employee stock ownership program.
And with 5,600 employees, including almost 1,500 in Saratoga County, they are one of the area's largest private employers, making the selling of the products with what we just can't do without.
Yeah, today we follow the process from the cow to the cone and go behind the scenes to find out what makes Stewart's ice cream so good. Whether it's their classic Philly vanilla, peanut butter pandemonium, or mint cookie crumble, all award winners, we all scream for Stewart's ice cream.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
Before all those happy endings, here's where the happiness begins.
These cows are so happy to come to the milking parlor and get milk.
Welcome inside the milking parlor at Koval Brothers Dairy. 80 years at this location in the town of Saratoga. Chris Koval's family has been dairy farming for nearly 100 years.
We milk the cows twice a day. When they come to the milking parlor, they're cleaned and sanitized, and we put milkers on in the automatic milking unit.
The milk is piped to these 2,500-gallon tanks and chilled to 38 degrees. And it's picked up by Stewart's tanker trucks on the very same day.
We're 15 miles from the plant, and this milk is in the stores or in the ice cream plant within 48 hours for everyone's consumption.
4,500 gallons, 7 days a week. Koval Brothers, now 4 generations with Jack graduating from Cornell last month, supplies more than a quarter of Stewart's milk. The milk and the ice cream wins awards year after year. What's the secret?
Yeah, well, the secret is happy cows, comfortable cows. They're the ones that are going to make the most milk.
They make sure they're happy by using smart collars. Almost like a Fitbit.
Yes, sir, just like a Fitbit. It tracks activity, how much they eat.
So we're still not super modern, but there's enough technology that it really helps us take care of the cows and produce super high quality milk.
From super high-quality milk comes super high-quality ice cream. Coming up at 4:45, I show you where the magic happens inside Stewart's ice cream plant. And a little later, we'll be joined live by the first president of Stewart's, not named Dake.
Very interesting. And a behind-the-scenes look you got. Tough assignment, huh?
It was a tough, and I had to sample,
oh,
right?
Gosh.
It's just part of the reporting process.
Yeah. Looking forward to part 2.
Yeah, well.
Earlier, we took you to a farm in the town of Saratoga that supplies thousands of gallons of milk to Stewart's shops every day.
We show you where that milk comes from and how quickly it can get to your fridge. Now we go behind the scenes from the cow to the cone at Stewart's. That high-quality milk is trucked from local farms all over Saratoga County. Every day, several times a day, the trucks are unloaded and the process begins. Milk and ice cream. All right, so this is where the magic happens.
It all starts right here. We take cream and milk fresh from the dairy on a nightly basis.
Welcome inside Stewart's ice cream production facility in Saratoga Springs. We see where the milk and butter fat is piped in.
So we have 2 raw silos just outside of the room where we're holding cream. We pump that into one of these 2 vat processors. All of the blending gets done in that piece of equipment right there. Just a big old blender, basically.
They add sugar, solids, and milk powder and batch pasteurize it.
So we cook basically ice cream mix at 165 degrees Fahrenheit for 35 minutes. That's what gives our ice cream like a signature warm cooked flavor. It's a very labor-intensive process.
The process goes like clockwork, and it requires planning. How do you know what flavors, how does that all work?
So basically our whole operation is centered around what the stores are pulling from our inventory. So it's my job to just schedule and plan ahead.
On this day, they're making half gallons of Philly vanilla, mixing it in the flavoring vats, adding vanilla specks, and pints of Bark in the Dark, which is chocolate ice cream with a caramel swirl in this salty pretzel bark. The finished ice cream is chilled to 21 degrees and pumped into half-gallon and pint containers. That's when Alex says, I have to try it. And I didn't want to be a rude guest.
That is perfect. You guys can just go ahead. I'm be right here.
Once it's packed, it's moved into freezers kept at 30 below zero. 4 million gallons made here every year are loaded onto pallets and shipped out to stores the same day. Adam Seabolt.
What's your favorite flavor?
Butter pecan.
And you didn't hesitate when I asked you that. I noticed that.
It's a sweet and salty, yeah.
Is Stewart's director of manufacturing, overseeing the 600 people who work here.
In a perfect world, how long does it take to get from that cow to that cone?
Our fluid milk is out in shops 24 to 48 hours, and our ice cream, you know, the time to send it and freeze it, you know, it takes about a day longer, so I would say within 3 days.